parents, teachers, and kids. My name is Clemic Jr. I'm a member of the National Society of Black Engineers, DC Professionals Chapter. And today we're going to present to you how to make a straw rocket aeronautics. All right, so as a kid, I was a big fan of doing rockets. I'm a big fan of Star Trek, Star Wars, all that good stuff, space travel, NASA, all that type of stuff. So today we're going to go over how to make paper rockets. We got this information from a website that we're going to show here, and the materials that are needed in order to build a straw rocket. See that top part right there? That's the website you're going to go to learn about how to build a rocket, and then the experiments you can conduct with rockets. Now, in order to, the materials you need to do a rocket, of course, a pencil, pair of scissors, a straw, and some tape. The other thing you also need is of course, a template, which is the first thing you see on the list of materials. And this is what the template looks like. So there you go, right there. And the template includes, of course, the parts of the rocket, as well as places in order to place your information for your experiment you're going to conduct, making different types of rockets. All right. All right, now you can make your rocket not just out of regular white paper, you can make it out of several different types of material. So for here, for instance, I have a green template right here made out of different type of paper. Get a little closer, you can kind of hear the noise right there. And then of course you can make the template out of different colors. So therefore right here I have a blue and yellow as well. Paper you can make the template out of as well. So you don't have to only do it in white paper. You can do different types of paper. If you want to do teachers, you want to do team competitions, and of course you want to use different materials. Do it. So we will get directly into the steps that are needed in order to build a rocket. So already we presented the first thing we showed, of course, was the template. Once again, this is what the template looks like. All right. So we're going to go with step one. Step one of our process right now is to print out the template, which we already displayed. Step two, is of course, to cut out the template to the pieces out, as well as assemble the pieces to create the rocket. All right, so that's what we're going to next. So once you cut them out of the regular paper, this is what they look like. So right here is the body of the rocket. Here we have the fins of the rocket. All right, so we're now going to demonstrate pitting the rocket together. So here I am rolling the body of the rocket together around the pencil. Like so. And taking a piece of tape. And I'm going to take another piece of tape. And we're going to wrap that around like so. All right, got a little bit extra tape here on the end. I'm gonna push that in. And now we're going to add the fins, like so. So here are the fins for the rocket. We're going to place so. I'm going to fold right here. You fold the fins, and then you apply the tape. And you're going to attach these to the end of the rocket, like so. This is toward the bottom of the rocket. You want to do this. There we go. Put that tape right there. And the last thing we have to do is make the cone of the rocket. So that's the front part of the rocket. So we're going to take our scissors and we're going to cut all right, and we're going to mash this in a little bit so we can make it one big nice head to the rocket around the tip of this pencil, and then we're going to take a little bit of tape, wrap that right around the top, squeeze it together. All right, and there we go. There you have it. You can then adjust the fins so that it forms a little crossbar, and now you have your rocket. Your rocket is done. All right. So the next thing you can do, of course, as part of the experiment, that you can take measurements for your rocket, which you can use using the tape measure. You can measure the nose cone, the length, and of course you can use the tape measure later on for the rest of the experiment, which is step 3, which of course, like I said, measuring aspects of the rocket. So now we're going to move into step 4, because that's the fun part we want to get to. And step 4 is launching the rocket. That is step 4, launching the rocket. All right. So my lovely assistant and camera woman is going to take one of the straws. I'm going to take the rocket we just built, just so we can just make this a little more interesting. And she's going to take a side shot of me launching the rocket. All right. So the rocket's right here. I'm going to get down like so. I'm going to blow in. And you can see how far the rocket launched. Now the rocket launched so far, of course, because it depends on your load capacity and the forces you're going to execute use in order to launch the rocket off. So that's one example of launching a rocket. But I'm going to do one more take, and my lovely assistant is going to go down to the other end of the hallway, and I'm going to shoot off another rocket down there. Use the green rocket for this. The green rocket. And this is made out of different material. It's made out of heavier paper. It's made out of heavier paper, so therefore we'll see if it travels as far as the first one did. All right, that was lighter paper. This is heavier paper. All right. Oh, not as far. All right, but that's a couple of ways you can launch a rocket. All right. So now that we finished that, we're going to go on to the next step of the process. Since we launched a rocket, now you could do step 5. Step 5 is now measuring how far the rocket travels. To do that, you can use the tape measure. By using the tape measure, normally you can get yourself a 10-foot tape measure in order to measure how far the rocket traveled from your point of initial launch. So the last part of doing the experiment is, of course, step 6. Step 6, where we talk about and analyzing the results of the data. So therefore, as you record how far the rocket launched, rating the distance, the nose cone length, and type of material you use, and how many times you do it, you can then do step 6, and which is, of course, analyze your results, the information that you gathered from the rocket launch, and of course, build more rockets in order to make using different materials and paper to see how well you can improve how far the rocket travels. This is great for teachers. You can do it with students in your class. You can do, of course, different color paper, get several team competitions to see who can build a better rocket, how much tape they use. You can put limits on how much tape they're able to use in order to create the rocket. So that's what you can do in order to execute the Strong Rocket Aeronautics experiment. I want to thank you for entertaining our experiment, our our demonstration today. Also, along with this video will be coming some attached slides, as well as remember the website that was part of on the material slide is where you would go to find out more information about how to conduct this for you and your students. Or if you're a homeschooler, parent homeschooling, you can also use it there as well. Thank you for your time. I'm Clemic Jr. from the National Society of Black Engineers, DC Professionals Chapter. You have a good day.